Tonight on The 6, we are going to talk about why modern women need to be trained for relationships here in 2022. I did not stutter. Modern women need to be trained for relationships here in 2022. The panel discusses next. The 6 starts right now. What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Turpin. Welcome to the second episode of The 6. Season 8, actually. Wow, Season 8 of The 6. I can't believe that we have done 8 seasons of this. Let's not waste any time. Let us introduce tonight's esteemed panelist. First up, the man out there in the 312 who's got the crispiest motherfucking hairline I've ever fucking seen. It is Minister Jap. Jesus fucking Christ.
Church, check in, man. We've been here 8 seasons, man.
Yes.
8 seasons strong, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Salute to Donovan, salute to EO, man. Salute to Miles, man. Let's do this work, man.
Right. Bruh, you finna cut a nigga with that hairline. Like, if I see you in person and I put my hand up to that hairline, like I think I'm gonna cut myself. So just be careful with that.
You know.
Be careful with it. Be careful with it.
Old nigga shit.
Next up is the man with the tightest fade on the panel. It's Coach EO. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you guys, Donovan, Miles Cunningham. Good to see MC in the building and my guy Jab. We got a good show, man. I'm big on leading the relationship, so I'm looking forward to this commentary.
Yes, good stuff. There's a reason why I have a hood on because, well, my hair kind of looks like shit, so it is what it is. Last but certainly not least, it is Miles Cunningham. Miles, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, panel? What's going on, Donovan? Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate the opportunity to spit this game. And let's get to it because these women need to be trained.
Ooh, yes, sir. Yes, they do need to be trained. This episode of The 6, really The 4, is brought to you by How to Train Your Woman. That's right, guys. How to Train Your Woman. This is my next interactive ebook. I'm going to drop it. I had this all figured out. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm still looking for it. Oh, there it is. So How to Train Your Woman is going to drop on Black Friday. This book is going to literally teach you how to train a woman to do exactly the shit that you see on the screen. Cooking in heels, wearing monogram stuff, tending to your needs, doing what you say, how you say it, when you say it, telling you yes, sir, etc., etc. I think this is definitely a much needed book. A lot of guys most men want to be in relationships. The reason why we don't really value relationships like we used to is because, well, bitches really ain't shit these days. That doesn't mean that they are impossible to train. That doesn't mean it's also not very difficult. Well, if you want to know how to train your woman, go to howtorelationship.net, put in your very best email, and you will be notified the minute it drops. It's going to be on Black Friday. So stay tuned for that Black Friday on howtorelationship.net. Okay, so what the inspiration for tonight's topic was kind of a, how can I put this? This was a rant or something that Jap, you talk about all the time. You say women, they get dressed up for their bosses. They smell good for work. They're at work on time. Their bosses tell them how to talk, when to talk. Their bosses tell them when to shit, when to go to lunch, et cetera, et cetera. But then as soon as a bitch gets home and you talk about, let me get something to eat, it's nigga, it's just a bunch of mouth. So in other words, women are respecting their bosses. So when we say that you need to train your woman, bitches get all up in arms and they say things like, well, I'm not a dog. Newsflash, ladies, dogs aren't the only ones that need to be trained. Employees also need to be trained. So you mean to tell me that you're okay with your job training you, but you're not okay with your man training you? We're going to go around the panel. Jap, what are your initial thoughts on the necessity of training today's women for relationships?
Again, like I tell you, I find it very disrespectful at a lot of these women holding these jobs in school at a regard that they don't hold the men that they lay next to. You know what I'm saying? And you as a man, you have got to view that as disrespect and check that shit in the door. The problem is that one thing that you didn't mention is that they train for their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
get retrained to be better for their jobs for promotions.
Come on.
Then they'll go back and re-educate themselves to be even better for the job. So the problem with these women is they don't see guys as valuable to adhere to their standards as a man.
Okay.
But a lot of these men are so afraid of declaring what the requirements are for her to remain in her position. See, that's why I always tell, and I think I might have coined the term keep that bitch working, keep her working.
Yes, sir.
Because never make her feel comfortable. Always keep her in an uncomfortable space where she can always be replaced. If she gets comfortable, she is never going to do any better because she feels she's doing no wrong, and she feels like, hey, you're lucky to have me. You know, she's got the leverage. If she's always threatened by either younger women, more beautiful women, more submissive women, she's gonna have to step up to keep you and to keep you focused on even dealing with her. But if you just settle for her and just accept her for what she is, and you don't challenge her on her bullshit and make her do what you need her to do like her employer does, because employer, they have that 3-strike rule. We write you up once this morning, your second one, you know what I'm saying? That's disciplinary. Third, we got to let you go. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But a lot of guys go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You guys are a bunch of, you guys forgive more than the Catholic Church, you know? You know, so like the problem is, it's like guys are getting soft. You got to understand, we're in an age right now. If we go on Instagram right now, what are you going to see? Whores everywhere.
Yep.
So for you to think that it's hard for you to replace a bitch, then you're obviously not in America. So you have got to understand that everywhere you go, there's going to be women out here on all walks of life, and they all want to be objectified and they want to be sluts. It's something they passionately work at, and it's something that they earn. They earn that title. They earn that reputation. They work hard at it. They get up every day and put provocative shit on, regardless of a degree or a job.
Yes, sir.
They are advertising. So for you to not check these women and let these women go unchecked, you're going to have a seriously fucked up relationship. So you have got to train these women because, again, it's just like a baseball glove. Your glove has to be beat in.
That's right.
You know, if I put my hand in Donovan's baseball glove he had for 11 years, the men ain't going to be flapping like that for me. You know what I'm saying? But when you got your own glove, you know what I'm saying? You training, you had it, you slept on it when it opened, you slept on it when it's closed, you beat it up. It's your glove. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you got to look at your woman. You have got to custom make your woman, man.
Not to mention the fact that I'm left-handed, so that would probably be a problem. That would probably be a problem for you. EO, what are your opening thoughts? We'll go to Miles next. What are your opening thoughts on the necessity of having to train women? Because train, that's a strong word, and a lot of people take offense to it, but in this day and age, it's necessary.
Yeah, I talk a lot about this on my channel. I'm going to go in a slightly different direction because my main motto is it begins and ends with the man. So I got to start with the man. For example, as Jap was talking, man, I was like dozing off and shit. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. I did a show this morning. I created all the, I wrote it first. We had to create the slides, put it all together, lighting, everything. I hold myself under extreme accountability. Okay. Not only do I run businesses, I'm also an employee, and I'm the number one employee. So I'm always critiquing my own work. I don't settle for mediocrity. I am the hardest on myself. Before I get hard on anybody else or hold them accountable or even bring them on the team, I must be the gleaming example of the standard before anybody comes up in here. Otherwise, if I'm sloppy, the bitches are sloppy.
That's right.
You know, if I'm inconsistent, the women are inconsistent. So first and foremost, how do you coach yourself as a man? Okay. Can you say no to things that, you got a big thing to do tomorrow, but your boys call you up? Can you say, nah, man, I'm sticking to a schedule. I got a routine. Here's the other thing. Every man needs rituals. If you don't have your own personal rituals every single day, Monday through Friday, I get up every morning at 4:30 in the morning. Believe it or not, at this age, I'll be 43 next year. I'm not that old, but you would think I was old. I've lived a I've lived a lot. I'll be in bed in about 8:30 tops tonight. I'll be up at 4:30 again tomorrow.
There you go.
Coaching 6 o'clock in the morning, another one at 8, preparing more shows. Got my new colognes out. Shout out to the Everett Overton collection.
God damn,
second
dude.
book on
yes,
the
sir.
way. Yeah. So I am a busy man. I don't have time for nonsense either. So if you're busy and you're accomplishing things and creating this dope ass life that I talk about, you're not going to have time for a woman that's on the fence about seeing you, on the fence about wanting to do things for you, wanting to do things for herself. When she does things for you, she's essentially doing things for herself. Because remember, women are ruthless.
That's
I've been saying that for the longest time. Let me also say this to guys. You have to know why you're coaching a woman and for what position. For example, I like to do sports analogies.
Okay.
Maybe you only need the woman as a fullback position, third down, run 2 yards, get the first down.
Yes.
You don't train her for, then you wouldn't give her, maybe quarterback training.
Right.
You don't give her special teams training.
Right.
You give her one specific type of training. I need you here at 9:30.
There you go.
We chill until 11:30. We bang each other out, and then I send you home with a string cheese and a Gatorade. And so you gotta know which woman, where she's gonna fit. Does she fit? Is she qualified for the quarterback position, or is this woman gonna be on the bench? I bring her in when somebody's hurt. You gotta know why you're bringing women on the team. But again, I'll let it go. Throw it to Miles now. It starts with the man. If you can't coach you, if you can't stay on a schedule, if you can't hold yourself accountable and be the gleaming example of the standard that you want women to oblige, then no woman's going to follow you.
Yo, shout out to string cheese and Gatorade game. Yo, I got to use that. Hey, bitch, look,
That's
string
right.
cheese and a Gatorade. You ain't
I
getting
feel
none of that.
kind of bad because I just got through eating string cheese and
You stupid.
Gatorade. But I had
No shit.
I had the beef jerky with it too.
Are you kidding? Yo, check this out. Before we go to Miles, look, and we're opening up the phone lines here. I have 2 Devon Rex cats, okay? And they're a little bit, Devon Rex cats are kind of a different breed, but Devon Rex cats like people food. My female Devon Rex cat.
Press 1 to hear important.
Hang on.
Your show is scheduled to start in 36 seconds.
My female Devon Rex cat, Callie, her favorite food is beef jerky. My male Devon Rex cat, Walter, his favorite food is string cheese. I'll be goddamn, boy. I tell you what, man.
And the bitches like it too, bro.
Yes,
don't
they do.
give
Yes,
them no
they do.
dinners, man. Little string cheese and a Gatorade. And remember D, when I said they don't even get to go to the regular bathroom. They go to the porta potty, bro. You gotta graduate to the master bathroom, baby.
You feel me? Like, you don't get to
4,
look. Yo, check
3,
this out. You don't get to
2,
use the master
1.
bathroom until I say so. Oh my God.
Hey, real talk. These guys didn't hear it. If you don't mind if I just do 10 more seconds.
Oh, yeah,
when
go ahead,
I used to meet chicks, they couldn't even go around my whole crib. They would only see a certain section of the crib. Because one, I don't know you. Two, you might steal some of my watches or some shit. I don't know you like that.
Right,
so they would only see certain sections of the crib until they earned their way to see, the powder room.
Okay.
I got
you.
You gotta, pee in the porta potty, baby. Champion
sir.
game porta
That's
potty.
it.
Get your ass out on the patio.
Hashtag porta potty game. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you what. I'll tell you what though. One thing about it is that with porta potty game, when she does get access to the powder room and eventually maybe the master bathroom, boy, that'll be the cleanest piss she takes all day. I'll tell you that.
That's facts.
Miles, training modern women for relationships. Why do you think? Now, to anyone who says, Miles, I don't like the word train. You shouldn't have to train a woman. Shouldn't you be able to coach her? Train is kind of a strong word. What's your response to that?
Well, okay, I have this analogy that I love to use because I think people love to apply things to one situation and then totally forget about it in others. And what I find is that the modern man, he doesn't believe in or he is afraid of his own prestige.
Ooh, okay.
So so the analogy that I like to use concerning the word and the idea of prestige is the Ivy League college.
Okay.
Right. So when a student says that they want to go to an Ivy League school, right, they know that they have to get a certain score on the SATs. Right.
Okay.
They know that once they get on, if they actually, they know they got to write an essay, they got to fill everything out, they got to have the money to go there, everything. They probably got to have some favors done by high end people in their network and all that type of shit.
Right.
A recommendation.
Yeah.
All of these things. But and the crazy part is because of the prestige of the Ivy League school, say Harvard or Princeton or Yale, whatever it is, they excitedly they have an excited willingness to fulfill those requirements to get on the campus.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Nobody blinks an eye when they say, "Hey, it's going to be pretty steep to get into Harvard. You're going to have to do all these things, and once you get into Harvard, you're going to have to maintain a certain GPA. And don't you dare wear a Harvard sweatshirt and act out in the streets, and don't you dare act a certain way and besmirch the Harvard name." You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if I can allow Harvard to have a certain level of prestige, then what about the Cunningham name? What about the Cunningham prestige? What about, the life that I live? What about the fact that I'm on point? What about the fact that every time you see me, I look good, I smell good? What about the fact that my finances are in order? My business is in order? Like, when I spend time with a woman, she don't ever have to worry about another woman, even though she knows I fuck with multiple women.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? She don't ever have, because everybody's in check, not because they're such great people, but because they are living up to the requirements of my prestige. You understand? And
yes, sir.
I'm the type of man, I believe in my prestige.
Okay.
And I don't ever forget my prestige. And for the weaker people, they might think, oh, well, he's being arrogant. He's being a certain type of way. But is Harvard being arrogant? Is Yale being arrogant?
Right.
Any of these institutions, are they being arrogant, or are they upholding a standard which they've worked hard to maintain for years and years and years? I'm a 40-year-old man too. That means I've been working on my prestige for 4 decades.
Damn right.
See what I'm saying?
Yes,
so like
sir.
I say, I'm not the average man who loves to, because a woman has a fat ass, I'm gonna forget who I am.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
I always have to remember who I am. And when I think of who I am, y'all see the website, Masculine Identity.
That's right.
Membership.com. When I think of who I am, I think of the prestige. I think of all the years of hard work. I think of all the books that I've read and all the conversations that I've had. I think of how I hold myself accountable for everything. Just like EO was saying, I look at the work that I do. I look at everything that I've done to get to this point, and I'm supposed to just throw all of that out the window because you have a fat ass. No, it doesn't work that way. You understand? It actually works the other way around. You have to figure out how to live up to this standard over here. And I'm gonna just end it with what I started with. Guys are afraid, or they don't believe in their own prestige.
Why do you think? Let me stay with that for a second, Miles, because I think that's probably, and I don't want to be hyperbolic here, but men not believing in their own prestige, that's kind of an epidemic. Am I wrong?
Yeah, exactly. That's really what it is. That's really what it is.
Why don't men believe in their own prestige? I mean, it just doesn't, guys like, and it's not like this is foreign to me. I used to not believe in my own prestige, and I understand why. But why is it that today's men really don't believe in their own prestige if they have it at all? Maybe that could be the problem.
Well, it's a very nuanced conversation that we could talk about, because there's a look, when we see guys like Kyrie Irving having to apologize.
Ooh, there it is.
When we see guys like Kanye West losing contract deals, major contract deals. When we see Ime Udoka have a consensual relationship with a woman and having to be suspended, and then people attacking his name. And if somebody even mentions, hey, what about the woman that he was in the relationship with? They actually get ostracized. When we see these things, we have to understand that masculinity is literally the last line of defense.
Yes.
When we're looking at conspiracy and theoretic, New World Order doctrines, so to speak.
I like how you're trying to be careful. I like it.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best because I don't want to be put up to apologize for anything.
Right.
But masculinity, the sheer. All right, guys, we're all here on a panel.
Yep.
And even though we're not even in the same room, we still feel the underlying threat of violence, like the subtle underlying threat of violence. The fact that I'm dealing with men, I'm dealing with alpha men in this room. I'm dealing with men that know who they are.
Right.
So there's always that little bit of, hey, it's not, if I have an agenda, I know it's not going to be that easy to just have these 3 guys fall over for my agenda.
Yeah, you got to be about your shit.
Masculine men are not going to be pushovers.
No.
Exactly. Men are not pushovers.
Like I tell people on my show all the time, masculinity is under attack right now.
Hold on one second. How do I see? And that's the alpha coming out of me right now.
No, it's all good.
How do I control a society that is not easily pushed over? You get what I'm saying?
Yes, that's right.
So the best thing for me to do would be to set limits on masculinity, and not only set limits, but poke holes in it, make fun of it, diminish it, emasculate it. You get what I'm saying? Yep. So that's why we're seeing all of these things. But Jap, you got it.
Oh yeah, Jap, what you got, man?
Yeah, like on my show, I talk about this all the time. We as the free-thinking straight men, free-thinking straight men are a threat everywhere we go. We have no alliances but each other.
Facts.
And it's at the point now where white straight free-thinking men and black straight free-thinking men have to put aside all that racist BS that, you know, from history, and we're battling one common enemy and one common ideology. It's not racism, it's feminism.
Oh, word the fuck up.
And feminism has little, you know, brackets under it where you're going to have the rainbow community. Then you're going to have all these other communities.
I like that. And
then you're going to have, you know, Me Too. Then you're going to have cancel culture.
Okay.
And that's and feminism is the reason why you guys, it's like this channel is 150-some thousand people strong.
Yep.
And everybody can't get our message because of feminism is attacking masculinity.
That's right.
You got 4 masculine men promoting masculinity. This is a threat to the world. So for any of you guys that are in here who actually did get these alerts, feel privileged because they are trying to suppress the message of free thinking straight black men and white men at the same time. Because if you look at how the media sat down with, for instance, Barack Obama's wife, Michelle Obama, sat down with Zaya Wade.
Oh my God, I remember that. Jesus fucking Christ.
Then Joe Biden just sat down.
Oh my God, dude.
With a trans gentleman the other day at the White House.
Yeah.
Some guy, I forgot his name. He's a TikToker. You know what I'm saying? And he's speaking about women's rights. He's even went so far. He's sitting on the podcast for a women's fragrance, and you heard of Ulta Beauty. You know,
of course. Yeah. Deb, she gets stuff from there.
She has you walking through Ulta.
Yeah, of course.
We all know how this shit goes. Right.
Beauty supply store.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's sitting down speaking on behalf of women. And we are the biggest threat because we have logic, we have masculinity, we have testosterone, you know what I'm saying? And we're promoting, you know, natural order. So, and we're promoting men having our roles.
That's right.
Men being men. No one fights for us. So we have got to understand that nobody's going to save us. We have to save ourselves. We have to pull ourselves up our own bootstraps and get shit done. No one's going to help us. There's not going to be any groups of women that's going to speak out against any injustices that are done for us as men. We just got to handle it.
Hey, D, let me, when Jab's done, go ahead.
I'm just saying,
I want to say something to the audience too about this.
Okay, that's actually a good point.
Okay, now this is going to be a little bit different, but I want guys to know this. I see what you guys see, but I don't experience that shit.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so I know feminists, whatever that is, and I'm not being silly or
trying to be brand new, right?
I'm not trying to be brand new or facetious when I say that.
Okay.
I realize that is a thing going on in the world, but I don't. I'm the only thing I concentrate on is the champion game lifestyle.
Okay.
Fact.
I don't give a fuck what's going on out there. I'm stacking my paper. I'm building the life I want. I'm isolated like a motherfucker. I will branch out and do some work with some gentlemen like yourself. We think we're very aligned in our thinking, although we do contrast as well.
Of course.
But I want guys to know this. It doesn't really matter what you see. Are you focused on what you want and who you are?
Right.
And so at the end of the day, there could be bombs going off behind me, bro. I feel the vibration. Feel the vibration. Okay. I feel the vibration. Okay. I know it's happening. I know everybody's worried about this shit, but I'm still focused on what I want. And that works for me, man, because all that stuff, all that debris, all that nonsense that's going on, that might be affecting the weaklings, but it's not affecting me. I'm too focused for that.
I gotta say this though.
Go ahead, Jeff. You got it.
For the guys that are in those like situations where they don't have the ability to completely be independent from like society. Like, you a boss, but everybody don't have the opportunity. They got to still work in these.
But even when I did work out in the world, I was playing the game the whole time. I had a timetable. I knew how long I was going to be working that corporate job. I did bite my tongue in moments because I kept looking at the calendar, boy.
Yep.
I'm about 10,000 shy of getting the fuck out of here. So the thing is, you have to have a plan, an exit plan. But if you don't have a start, middle, and finish date on things you're dealing with, you'll never get things done, and you'll stay in that position for long periods of time. You got to go into a position knowing the clock just started. I'm here 24 months. I'm here 13 months. I'm here 6 weeks. Whatever it is, get your money, get your game, get your experience, make your connects, and get the fuck out of there. If you're not living like that, bro, you're always going to be possessed by what's going on in the world.
It's mainly awareness, because me coming from the Black community, the biggest thing that my people tend to put all the blame on is this invisible white man that hates it. You know what I'm saying? This invisible white man that they're fighting, that's not fighting on them back. Doesn't even know they don't even know that they're fighting. We're fighting? Like, I thought we were cool. You know what I'm saying? They're not mad at us, but we've been taught to do that. What I'm saying is, we have a bigger enemy, and it has a lot of ideologies, and it has a lot of setbacks. And it can blindside you if you don't know it's there. And a lot of it is feminism, you know, and it comes from the threat of being an alpha. Everywhere we go, we pose a threat. You know, it becomes a situation where when women try to outman us. That's why it goes back to the training. We got to train to go back and be girls again. And it's unfortunate that men have to train these women to be girls.
There it is.
Because the reason why is because the mothers never had a man to have to cater to and to pass that down and show, hey, men like this. So right now, women are out moving around trying to be the best. It's not the best, but trying to be an imitation version of
okay,
men.
I'm with you.
An imitation version of a man, and they don't even know how to be women, and and they don't even know what we like, and they don't even care, because certain guys they want one thing.
Right.
They don't want obedience. They just want ass.
Right.
And they'll put up with anything, and they'll say anything to get that. And I'm trying to tell guys, like, listen, man, you should know that the pussy is a given. Everywhere, you gotta know that these women are just as horny as us. Don't think that you have got to change your religion, change your beliefs, or compromise your integrity, or negotiate how much of a man you can be to get that ass.
Woo!
She is gonna give that shit up, because that's a given. Just stay on your shit. But I'm always gonna tell guys, keep your head on the swivel, because they utilize this culture that we're in. We're in a culture right now that
culture war.
That hates us as masculine men. Like, it's probably some women right now watching this blood boiling. Can't wait to write a book about this, because this is what they live for. They hate men. We gotta train women to actually like men, train women to be girls, train women to keep your voice down, train them how to sit, train them how to eat, train them not to belch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, oh my God, you're speaking facts.
You know what, Jap? I would tell guys this: focus on your manhood and fuck these hoes. Like, I really do mean it.
Real talk.
Because the more you got to train her on how to be a woman, the less you're actually losing your fucking manhood. Real talk. If you got to sit here all day and say, you got to be... Now, of course, you got to coach these bitches. Of course, for real. But if you stay in your spot, you stay where the fuck you're supposed to be at, in your manhood, bro, on that schedule, focused. Fucking, my focus is so clean, bro, that no knuckleheads could get over here. So someone will come along, but she won't be a baddie. I promise you that right now. She's not gonna be a baddie. She's gonna be she's gonna have a cardigan on, no makeup, hair up in the bun, probably, reading Harry Potter book or some shit. She's not gonna be what you want. But she's going to come in and say, damn, I've been waiting on a guy like you. And you got to create her anyway. You can take that identity and cultivate it and transform it anyway. That's what a man does. But if you got to sit here and be thinking, okay, I got to change this bitch and turn her into a woman, I promise you, you're going to lose your manhood in the process.
This is why, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is why I've said to Devin and I've said to everybody else, if Devin and I don't work out when and if we break up, dude, I'm not gonna do. This is my last relationship.
That's it.
I'm not doing it anymore. I don't have. And listen, Devin came, dude. When her and I met, she was ready for a change, and it was still difficult. Yeah. I can't even imagine. I can't.
She was like Justin Fields. Like she was like just.
Hell yeah!
Devin was the Justin Fields, baby. She came in with talent, but didn't know what the fuck. No fundamentals, no mechanics.
Couldn't read defense. Couldn't read defenses. Couldn't check down. Couldn't do none of that shit.
Yeah, sacked all day,
dude. Well, yeah, in a manner of speaking. By the way, shout out to Jay Blaze with the $5 super chat. Says Don, Jessica from Married at First Sight shows how ill-equipped women are without training. Here's the thing, and then I'm gonna throw this over to Miles. The deal is this, man, is anytime guys like us, and Carlos in New Jersey, I see you on the line, I'm gonna get to you here in just a second. Anytime a man, especially like EO, a lot of times you and Jap are very good at using work analogies when describing your interactions with women. When I first see you, my first interaction with you, that's the interview process. I'm looking at what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. Do you have any tattoos, any piercings? Do you have any discernible hoe tendencies, things of that nature? But then women want to turn around and say, well, I'm not going to give wife benefits unless I get the title. Sorry, sweetheart. You don't get the title until I see that you're capable of the job. You don't walk into any employer, any corporation and say, hey, I want you to pay me for a job before you give me the title. The company's going to be like, no. We're going to pay you according to what you're worth. Well, how do you figure out what I'm worth? Well, you need to interview for the position, number one. Do you qualify to be working here, number one? Number two, now there's going to be a probationary period. You're going to be on a 90-day probation. We're going to evaluate you for 90 days. During that 90 days, we're going to train you on our policies and procedures. We're going to tell you about the dress code. We're going to tell you about the benefits. We're going to let you know what you need to do in order to maintain your employment here. And if over that 90-day period, you uphold your end of the bargain, then we can sit down and maybe talk about permanent employment. Gentlemen, this is exactly how it has to be with women. And it's just like Jap and EO say all the time. Women are willing to interview for a job. They're willing to be on probation for the job. Dude, they're willing to get write-ups for a job. They're willing to get reprimanded for a job and then go back the next day, even over some shit that they don't think is right. But guess what? They still go back the next day because that job is worth it to them. Then, of course, we get girls that say, well, I'm not going to be a wife on a girlfriend's salary. Sweetheart, and this is where men have the advantage. And this is where Miles comes in. Men don't understand their own prestige. We as men in this day and age, didn't used to be this way, we inherently have more value than the average rank and file woman walking around here. The problem is most of us don't know it. We bring so much more to the table. The only thing a woman brings to the table is pussy, titties, and ass. And dude, 11 times out of 10, they've given that away 100,000 times, right?
And that's God-given shit.
You know what I'm saying?
That's God-given stuff.
Listen, listen. This is no slight on women, but women are born with everything they need to get everything they need. All women have to do is keep it on the road. We as men, when women are 18 years old, the world is at their feet. They can literally do and have whatever they want. And that's fine because women are not built to be men. Women could not be us. But if a woman just makes sure that she doesn't check off a few boxes, don't get fat, don't get pregnant, don't start smoking, don't start drinking, don't get any tattoos or piercing, you literally have a lottery ticket. Even if you're below average looking, you can literally have any man you want. All they have to
play the prevention game. That's all they got to do is play the prevention game.
All they have to do.
That's all they have to do.
We as men, we have to be, see, men, we have to build value. Women simply have to preserve it. And women these days are not into preserving their own value. They're given their lottery winnings at the age of 18 years old. We got to go out and get ours. So is there any wonder why women don't really women don't value us? Because they don't value themselves. They say that they value themselves and they're posting booty pics, but baby girl, if you valued yourself, I wouldn't know what your kidneys look like on Instagram. So Miles, before I go to Carlos in New Jersey, talk to me. And again, we're gonna go back to the male prestige. Men don't understand their own value. Talk to the audience about why men need to understand that you really and truly are the prize, and not these average run of the mill hoes out here.
Look, it goes to nature, man. It goes to nature because it takes a man and a woman to make things happen. However, there's a starting point.
Yes, there is.
You understand? And that's what a lot of people, you hear a lot of the equality and men and we, but we're equal, we're partners, we're this, we're that. Listen, I can impregnate you. You cannot impregnate me.
Right.
The process has to start somewhere. And it just so happens that the process starts with me.
That's it.
Look, God, nature, whatever you subscribe to, set it up that way. You understand? If you have a problem with it, go take it up with them. You understand? I'm a cog in the, in the machine, just like you are. It's just that my wheel on my cog wheel turns first. You get what I'm saying? And then your cog wheel begins to turn, and then everything else happens from there. But I'm not more important, but I'm first. I'm prime. I'm alpha. You know what I'm saying? This is just a simple explanation of why men should look at themselves a certain way. Because if you don't want to use the word prize, again, use the word first. I'm first in line. I have, like, if my sperm can't swim, if I'm not, we talk about the prestige. We talk about, EO talks about designing a dope life. We talk about being on point, being a man of a certain quality. I have to be healthy. I have to make sure I'm not drinking too much. I got to make sure I'm exercising, doing my cardio. I got to make sure my money's right. I got to make sure all these things are set in place just so I can have healthy enough sperm.
There you go.
To impregnate the egg. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, then none of this, this whole world doesn't happen.
Over.
You get what I'm saying? So if you know that you're an on point dude, you're a quality dude, you're taking care of your stuff, then that alone, is a good starting point for you to understand why your prestige and your belief in yourself as a man is so important.
Something Steve the Dean always used to say is, if you were born, you're already a winner. You beat out billions of other sperm and impregnated the egg. Here's another reason why men are automatic winners. Because you have a Y chromosome. That automatically gives you an advantage over better than 50% of the world's population. And men are not out here understanding the value of that Y chromosome.
Mm-hmm. Hey, D, there's a guy. Let me point something out here.
Yeah, sure. Go
feminine men of the world. There's somebody that has to keep getting blocked by the name of Anthony, and he keeps saying Miles and Coach EO don't get along. Let me tell you this right now. Even if that were the case, we're gonna get along tonight so we can get our mission accomplished.
There it is.
We're gonna get along tonight, even if it were the case, which it's not. But even if it were,
there it is.
We don't give a fuck.
That's right.
We're on a panel tonight. We're going to kick this game and get our mission accomplished, bro.
And
that's what men do.
And that is the difference between men and women.
Even if it were true,
right?
Tonight we're going to do this shit.
Goddamn right.
Okay, even if it were true. And let me also say this, which I think we need to add to the discussion on what's happening to men today. I'm the product of a player from the 70s. You're a product of a bitch from the early 2000s. Okay. Woo! And what I mean is, like, fathers back in the day had different genetics, different DNA, bro.
Yes, sir.
These guys having kids today are some bitches. You got the genetics and the DNA of some soft men. I got the genetics and DNA of a king.
Dude, you said a pimp back in the 1970s. That's a king in and of itself. Yeah. Let's go to.
I want to add this in there as far as training a woman. Women work better. That's why I say always keep them working. They work better under pressure.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean? Like even like the best performance that I like, me as a manager when I used to run stores and stuff like that. When I put pressure on motherfuckers, I got the best performance out of these motherfuckers. And
Yeah.
women are very hard to work with because they always have excuses and they have reasons and have ways to get out of not actually doing the goddamn work. But the pressure of leaving.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Them being fired put them in a position where now I have to perform. So reverse that back to the job analogy with you as a man.
Mm-hmm.
You have got to either be willing to shut down business,
yes, sir,
or fire her ass.
That's right.
That has to be a threat every time she wakes up and moves around and does some bullshit and keeps asking for forgiveness. Because when you put that type of pressure on her, she's going to work and she's going to appreciate all the time that she's getting with you, and she's going to do what the task that you need to be done. Now, if it becomes a situation where you just keep repeating yourself.
Oh yeah, you got to follow through.
Release a motherfucking bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this, Jeb.
Problem because they don't want to walk away. Walking away has a lot of power, man.
Jab. Before we go to Carlos in New Jersey, let me get you to expound on this thought. Men don't understand the effect. And I call this competition anxiety. Competition anxiety is when a woman knows beyond the shadow of a doubt that you can and will replace her. Why is it, do you think, that most men are afraid to give their woman a little bit of competition anxiety by maybe flirting with your waitress, maybe talking up the hot cashier, things of that nature? Why are men afraid to do this? Because just like you said, as a man, you got to be ready. You cannot be afraid to turn it open. Now we're closed. We're shutting down business because the employee structure is not right. Why are men afraid to do this in their own relationships?
Well, it's a lack of confidence.
Okay.
You definitely are not what you say you are. You're definitely not in the right space. Because if you had all your shit in order, you're not going to take no shit.
Right.
So like everything I've earned on my own. I don't need a bitch. I want one.
Yes, sir. There it is.
A lot of these guys need the bitch. A lot of these guys are surprised they even got the bitch. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to let her go. They're like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe I got all these years of my life, I finally got a bitch that looks human. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
and
my God, you're stupid.
You know, certain guys are more happy to be with the bitch than the bitch is happy to be with them.
Oh my God, yeah.
And it shows. It shows in what they're willing to take. And if you keep taking her BS, first of all, she's never going to change. So if she started off like that, you can't come and say, okay, I'm ready to alpha up and I'm ready to change you. No, you didn't lead like that. So that's how shit's going to end. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to reset. You're going to have to hit the reset button, get a whole new bitch, because she's not going to let you alpha up at the middle of the relationship.
Hell no.
Be a man now. You was a bitch to begin with. You're going to be a bitch when this shit ends.
You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent and congruent from the start. You can't be all laid back in the beginning and then try to tighten the screws. A lot of guys, and Carlos, I promise you I'm going to get damn it, we lost Carlos in New Jersey.
The biggest problem is trying to find out who you are on her watch.
Yes, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. You got to know who you are.
Already, like, yo, I got a program. This is how it's going to run. You know what I'm saying? You don't go in and I'm trying to figure out, what are y'all not 22. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's for the younger years. That's for the younger years. Figure yourself out. You know, you lose someone, you figure out how you lost them. But if you're still going through the younger shit at 35 plus, if not even sooner, something's wrong with you.
No, I'm with it. Jay Blaze in Maine, Carlos in New Jersey, callback, man. We are long-winded. That's why there's only 4 of us today. It's all good, man. Jay Blaze in Maine, you're on live with the 6 or the 4. Go ahead.
All right. I think we are having, like, pretty much religion basically making men into the retirement plan of women, and they do not want them to even know their value or how to train women.
Right.
Because they want women to keep spending money.
Woo! Aaron B. See ya. Keep going.
So I read an article where this woman was making $350K, and through her decisions and buying decisions, she was still living paycheck to paycheck.
Oh.
That's exactly where society wants you. And if she had a good man that would have taught her, because she bought 2 high-end electric cars,
okay,
and she had that on them. Do you think a man would allow that?
No, of course not.
Like, would an EO allow that? No,
no,
he wouldn't.
I think and thanks for the call, Jay Blaze. I think what Jay Blaze is trying to say is that the economy, and we'll go around the panel here. I'll start with Miles. It's my opinion that the economy is dependent upon the beta male. In my opinion, and I don't think this is an opinion. I think this is a fact. I think if maybe 10% of men were aware of what we were aware of, I think the economy would fall overnight. What say you?
Oh, definitely. Again, there are things that the powers that be know, and they also know that a big part of marketing is selling people on their emotions. You understand? So this is
very good point.
So this is why they're motivated to separate a woman from the influence of her man.
Woo!
Right?
Wow.
You separate a woman from the influence of her man. Therefore, I can now influence her emotions to now sell to her. And I also have all the cookies. I know what she looks up on social media.
It is.
I know every
Yes.
I know every Google search. I know everything she asks Alexa in the past month. I know all her, I know her tendencies. At this point, I know her tendencies more than her man does. So I know when to automatically order the tampons on Amazon for her so they could show up.
There it is.
Get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Look, these companies, they have so many things set in place to. It's like they're taking over the influence of the female, and then at the same time, again, because they know that we sell on emotion. If I can, as many men as I can turn into women, it also influences these companies in order to sell their products.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've all seen the diagram. A man's path into the mall is 3 straight lines. He goes straight to the store.
I've seen this. Yes.
Right? But woman's pass through the mall, she has to go to every store. She got to stop at the pretzel stand. She got to get the Orange Julius, and she got
Ulta.
All the other stores, go to the movies, come back around, get some cotton candy, and then leave. You get what I'm saying?
Oh my God, yes.
They know all these things. So when it comes to the economy, when it comes to money, they know that a woman, even when a woman is making money, she still needs leadership, which is why there was a pimp back in the day.
Yes, sir.
If pimping was such a bad thing, how did so many women subscribe to having a manager when they could have easily done it themselves? No, the bottom line is a woman needs leadership even with money. You understand?
Yes,
so
that's right.
A woman going into the workplace, that's cheaper labor for them, and they're going to influence her emotions and sell to her. So they're going to give her the money, right?
Yep.
And she's getting paid, quote unquote, less for the same job, and they're going to take the money right back from her because she has no guidance.
It's funny you say that, man, because
go ahead.
You gave the average modern woman a job at Louis Vuitton. She made $100,000 a year. She would live like a person making $20,000 a year because she would be giving Louis Vuitton the money that she earned every day. She'll be giving right back to him.
Check this out. She can't afford to work at Louis Vuitton. That's the bottom line, man. She can't afford it. She spent all her goddamn money. Yeah. All right, let's switch gears here. Let's talk about rewarding and punishing your woman. I'm going to start with we'll go to EO, then Jap, then Miles. Rewarding your woman, and we'll definitely get to the reprimanding and the punishment, but there are a lot of guys out here who have this crazy idea, and these are the meathead red pill guys, right? The guys who are new to the community, that are all bitches ain't shit, they're good for nothing, blah 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 blah. And listen, we all went through that stage.
That's a phase.
Yeah, it is a phase. But what I would subscribe to, you three, and I think you three would agree with me, a woman is not going to submit to you like this on your screen unless she is getting something in return. If your woman is good to you, then you are good to your woman. This does not mean you buy her gifts, okay? And I'm gonna and I'll get to EO here in just a second. But a simp, guys, a simp, and the definition of a simp or simping is very simple. A simp is a man who gives an undeserving woman access to his time, his energy, his attention, and his resources. That's it. I give Devin my tiers, time, energy, attention, resources, because she earns it. Every Coach bag she has in there, she's got a $600 pair of Tom Ford heels there. She's got a $1,700 pair of Tom Ford wedges in there, thanks to the late, great Kevin Samuels for hooking me up with that. But she has absolutely earned everything she has. Devin would not do what she did for me if she wasn't getting something in return. A lot of guys are like, I don't give that bitch nothing but my dick, and then I kick her out. Okay, that's fine, but all you're going to get from her is the pussy, and eventually she's going to move on to someone who can offer her a little bit more than just a dick and maybe some string cheese and some Gatorade, right? But if you're looking to train and if you're looking to vet and train a woman for a long-term relationship, you have to understand that you reward good behavior. However, you only reward good behavior, I would say 30% of the time. Do not wax poetic about how wonderful a woman she is for doing shit she's already supposed to be doing. If she sucks your dick, don't thank her. She's supposed to suck your dick. That's your woman. If she makes you a meal, tell her thank you. There's no need to take her out to dinner because she made you dinner. No. But when your woman goes above and beyond, I would say 2 to 3 times, then maybe you reward her, take her out to dinner, maybe buy her something nice. But do not, I repeat, do not just don't go into relationships with women thinking that if she's going to give you all of her if she's going to give you her body, her time, her emotions, and all that, if she's not getting at least something in return. EO, this is a slippery slope, but what are your thoughts on rewarding women for good behavior?
Okay, so I could go on this for days, but I'm going to simplify it. Men need to go with women. I said this last week. You got to go with a woman that likes you more than you like her.
Oh,
that's number one.
There it is.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
If you like her more than she likes you, you'll always be bumping heads with the broad. She'll want a reward for everything because she knows that she can do better than you.
That's right.
Okay? She knows she could tell by the way you even look at her that you can't do better than her. Women are very intuitive. They know this. They can tell by the way you look at them if you have another option. Women can sniff that out. So the key is to go with a woman who is very sexually attracted to you. And I really mean this. Now, you could find a woman who might be 35 and beyond, who maybe her looks are plummeting a little bit. She doesn't really have what she used to have. She can't pull like she used to. She can always get a sim.
Sure.
A woman at 65 can get a sim. There's a woman 70 right now that's out in Chicago on Michigan Avenue doing something, and she got a simp next to her.
Please tell me you're lying, dude. Please tell me you're lying.
What I'm saying, though, it makes life a lot easier for you if you can date, recruit in your lane.
Okay.
If you try to go and get women that the lifestyles conflict, she doesn't look at you with those lustful eyes. She doesn't have butterflies on her stomach when she knows she's coming to see you.
Ooh,
see, here's the thing. The reward, actually, if you choose right, is just seeing you.
Bingo!
I want you to know that. That is the reward. You'll find women that is like, oh, I don't need nothing. I just need you.
That's right.
I'm just glad I can cook for you. You don't even have to tell a woman that's into you to go cook. She wants to be there.
That's right.
All you got to do is give her a kitchen and some pots and pans, bro.
Real talk.
And some olive oil. And you'll have to tell her, I like lemon pepper on my chicken. I like it baked instead of fried. You'll have to give her some rules and shit. But it's going to be real easy. She'll be in there with an apron on, smiling. And you don't have to tell her to suck your dick because she wants to suck your dick.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm telling you guys, this is the game. Okay. Go with women that want you more than you want them. And I'm talking about sexual attraction. But it could also be you're a go-getter. She loves your enthusiasm for creativity, and you accomplish things, and you're a fucking man. So it's a lot of things. She likes the lifestyle. She likes being included in the thing is she wants the man. If you could be with a woman like that, bro, the reward is you.
Dude, EO, you and I are the same person. I like my chicken baked. I like lemon pepper on my goddamn chicken, man. God damn.
Yes.
Holy cannoli. All right, Jap, what you got, man? What you got? What is your stance? What is your stance on rewarding women for their good behavior?
It's mainly about cooperation and respect.
Okay.
And with that being said, I mean, you getting my time should be an event.
Yes.
Because I'm always busy. I'm always doing something. I'm never like, your availability should be minimal.
Yes.
Because it's appreciated more.
Bingo.
When you're always, you're not doing shit. You're playing Xbox with a hole in your sock and you're just here. She knows you're not doing shit. When you're doing shit, that women are attracted to men who are doing some shit.
That's right.
Who are doing a lot of shit. Like, I only can squeeze in an hour and a half. Well, she's gonna make sure she gets maximum, she's gonna give me maximum performance and maximum cooperation for that hour and a half, because she's going to appreciate that little bit of time that she's actually able to have access to me. That's when a woman can appreciate you. But again, it's like anything. Like we look at the Black community.
Okay.
The Black community, free housing.
Yep.
They didn't appreciate it. They pissed in the hallway. You only appreciate what you earn.
There it is.
So I'm not going to be the projects for this bitch. I'm not going to be easily accessible so you won't appreciate me. When I got some time, like you can call me here and there, I might not be able to pick up all the time.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But when I do give you some time and you act right, I'm gonna show you a good time. I'm gonna give you an event. Now, I'm not about giving women a lot of tangibles.
Okay.
I give women
experiences.
I give women experiences.
Yeah, your time, your energy, your attention. I got you.
The resource thing, that's a real. That's when you really, that's your ribbon. That's
yes. That's your level up. That's your promotion.
Yeah, that's your pennant. You know what I'm saying? That's when you really, you suck the dick sloppy with 2 hands.
Oh my God. Don't say 2 hands, bro. I'll fuck around.
You had to change the sheets from a blowjob, bro?
Yeah.
Man. Hey.
Not even fucking, just a blowjob.
Don't get me started. Don't get me fucking started. Painted the whole face. So I was like, oh shit, I was drained. God damn.
Yeah, man. But yeah, and I want you guys to, going back to the analogy, because this is a really good thing that guys have got to do. Start treating yourself like a company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
And you got to think about when you're dealing with women in 3 categories. You got your temp.
Okay.
You got your intern.
That's right.
And you got your actual employees.
There it is.
So this woman could be a temp. She might be working her way up into what do you call those people again?
Full time.
No.
The intern.
Interns. You got the interns.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Who apprentice on the job. You know what I mean? And then you got the people who really want this as a career. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And some guys got to, and the temps, those are the recreational use chicks. That's why I tell guys, stop trying to make a recreational use chick a real, saying.
Oh yes, yeah, like temporary. Yeah, a lot of guys try to they try to turn a side bitch into a main bitch, even though she thinks she wants to be the main bitch. She doesn't really have main bitch tendencies.
Side chicks catch main bitch feelings.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. So
all the time.
That creates problems in your workspace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you got a temp acting like they've been working there for years and they're cursing out, you know what I'm saying? The people, the tenured people on the job, that becomes a problem. So what you have got to do is, I'm not saying, yeah, you got to ratchet out here. Yeah, she's attractive. She got an ass and you can smash her. No, put her down. Make sure you use your condoms, young man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But don't put her in a position where you're actually walking the streets with this motherfucker having real deep conversations.
Oh, no.
Sitting over a meal, like, no, she's not worth that.
No.
So you got to understand what you want. Evaluate these women for what they are based on appearance, behavior, and how they present on their resume. And then you know how to treat her accordingly. You know what category to put her in. But the problem is a lot of guys are putting temps in the category of, assistant managers.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
So in other words,
man, treat yourself like a business and hire right.
And stop giving side bitches main bitch energy. Before I go to Miles, something that Jap and EO said about your time. This is interesting. You want to know what Devin's favorite thing to do is? With favorite thing to do? She likes to sit down and watch TV with me at the end of the day. She does. Dude, most days that go by, she'll be like, hey, are you going to finish working? Listen, Devin and I, we're around each other. We are up in the same proximity 24 hours a day. I might see her and hang out with her for maybe 1-2 hours a day. And she's happy to get that because I'm not up her ass all the time. Why? Because I'm doing shit. She knows I'm not up her playing video because I don't have video games in this palatial studio that I have. Women are they are inherently attracted to men who are about their shit. Miles, your thoughts on rewarding good behavior?
Well, so I've been known to. I coined this phrase a while back called that goes, "I'm God to these hoes." and
God!
and so what I want guys to really like,
my goodness.
When it comes to training a woman or rewarding her, right?
Yeah,
you have to, beyond prestige, you have to get into the frame of mind that time time spent with you is in itself the beauty of life.
Right. Okay.
Because you have to look at yourself like, yes, I'm God to these hoes. So, and the reason why, like, I want to include EO's idea of a woman liking you more than you like her,
yes,
or loving you more than you love her. And I want to include Jap's idea of time, because here's the thing. When you consider yourself as God considers himself, you understand that the love and the beauty that is your life is it's all around, and it's
omnipotent almost,
omnipotent,
right?
Yeah. It's omnipotent. You understand? So it's not that you have to actually reward her by giving her anything. You all you really have to do is mitigate and manage.
I like that. I like that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
The beauty of God is all around us, right? But it's what she can recognize, and how do you allow her to recognize the beauty of God? You allow the relationship that she has with God to get deeper or shallower. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm with you.
So it's about management, because you have a lot of guys who they don't know the difference between compromise and sacrifice.
Ooh, okay. All right.
A lot of guys out there, they're weak, so they want to compromise so they can keep the girl around because they're afraid to not have access to vagina. A real man is willing to sacrifice.
Damn right.
So if the woman falls short of the grace of God, then he's willing to let her fall in with the city of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? He's willing to cast her out the Garden of Eden. You understand? Because
I'm with you.
You can't see yourself a certain way and then allow certain behaviors in the situation.
Right.
You understand? Right. So to include it all, it's like you have to like me more than I like you. I'm God. My love is omnipotent for all females.
That's right.
Now, how close you are to God is up to you. You understand? Your relationship with God is literally up to you. So if you claim you a Christian like how you say you are, then I need to see you testifying. I need to see you tithing. Give me that 10%. Right. I need to see you consistently showing up to church every Sunday.
Damn right.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I need to see consistency. I need to see reverence. I need to see you pray. I need to see you, appreciate the beauty around you that I have provided. You see what I'm saying? And that's what allows you to get closer to God. But but understand that God gives everyone free will.
That's right.
That's right. So the more you sin is the further away from God you stay.
Jesus Christ, this nigga's preaching. Holy smokes, man. Let's go to Greta or Greta. Greta in Orlando. Greta in Orlando, you're on live with the 6. Go ahead.
It's Gorilla Blanca's in the house. What's going on?
Oh, fellas? Gorilla, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm just living the dream. Hey, obviously, desire is number one for dealing with girls.
Okay.
But number 2, in my opinion, is if the girl admires you, she's hooked.
Yep.
She's always going to want to be around somebody she admires. She can't help it. Gets her the feelings, gets her all excited. And this is what I think is the most efficient way to get a girl to admire you. If you have any sort of coaching or managerial legitimate experience, you got your life together, and you're doing a bit better than average.
Okay.
Just to be real about it.
Yeah, of course.
You don't got to be superstar, just a bit better than average with your act together. Let's think about a regular date. At best, if she's a cheerful, friendly girl, she's going to talk about a bunch of dumb shit you really don't want to hear about it.
Right.
Let's be honest. At best.
That's standard.
Now, nowadays, you're 30, 35, all of a sudden you're realizing that 25-year level, that 22 to 25-year level, it's open season. You can throw the ball straight down there. You're scoring touchdowns.
That's right.
So
good analogy.
How you guys deal with that 10-year age gap and that hour and a half? In my opinion, is pull out your playbook, pull out your coaching, your managerial skills, get them to write down a roadmap.
Okay.
A roadmap is you set their major goals, and then you fill in a bunch of minor goals in between.
Okay.
In reality, girls' lives are a complete fucking mess.
Yes.
We're going to get put in the bed frame and get the mattress off the floor. On the fucking
Oh, yes. Very nice. Dude, I'm going to tell you what, man. He's right. And this is no slight on women. This is just the way God created you. And I'm not the most religious person in the world, but if there was a creator, the way it is this. The creator couldn't give women absolute power over men for the better part of a decade, but also still give them logic, reason, and rationale. It just can't be done. Just like the creator, for most men, didn't supply us with enough blood to operate the brain and the penis at the same time. Now, it takes a lot of work to be able to do that, but there are just certain things that women are not able to do. This doesn't make them bad people, it just makes them women. Women's lives would be fucking dumpster fires if not for men. You have got to be that stabilizing force. When I met Devin, and we're going to get to the last topic of the day here because I think it's apropos here. When I met Devin, her dogs were pissing and shitting in the house. She's waking up late. She kind of sort of had her life together. But when we packed everything up and moved here to Philly, dude, I said, okay, check this out. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. We're going to crate train the dogs. We're going to do this, do that. Devin's life is so much less chaotic now that I'm in it. This doesn't mean she's a bad person. This doesn't mean that this is just how women are. Women, if they are not under the guidance and tutelage of a man, so the creator set women's default to self-destruction. Anything a woman has sole control over self-destructs. The dating market is a shit show. Themselves, their children. This is why most men in prison are raised by single mothers. Let's get to the last topic.
They're not even good. They're not even good at lesbianism.
Oh no, of course not. No.
They can't even stay together.
No,
they got no male leadership in the lesbian relationship,
no.
and they fight all day.
Domestic DV charges all up and down.
I'm high with lesbian relationship.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so check this out. So now we're going to get into punishment. Now, I said before, reward your woman 30 to 40% of the time she goes above and beyond. If she goes above and beyond 10 times, reward her 3 to 4 times. If your woman fucks up, it is your job as a man to punish her no less than 100% of the time. And this doesn't mean this doesn't mean you have to be overbearing. Punishing her means checking her, putting her back in her place, teaching moments, etc., etc. When your woman screws up or steps out of line, 100% of the time, you need to correct her. Because if you don't, that's going to create a fissure. And over time, that fissure is going to crack. Next thing you know, you've got a bitch that's completely out of pocket and running around on niggas. I'm gonna start with EO here. What are some ideas you can give to the audience in terms of how to punish your woman for bad behavior?
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go back to my previous statement.
Okay,
that if you pick the right woman, the punishment won't be as harsh. For example,
okay, all right,
a woman fucking up. If you pick the right woman, a woman that loves you more than you love her, head over heels, loves your look, loves your body, loves everything you stand for, okay? Then her punishment's going to be like, she used spaghetti noodles instead of angel hair.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Hold on. You like angel hair too?
Minor shit. Okay, but I'm still gonna say something though, because I prefer angel hair over spaghetti noodles.
We're the same person.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
So like if the noodles weren't drained properly, then I'm gonna go show her. I'm not gonna actually belittle her. I'm gonna say, hey, listen, clearly you haven't drained noodles before. Come here, you drain this noodle but not these. So come here, let me show you how to drain noodles. Come here, you put on the cold water, you let it run, you show her how to do it, you add a little olive oil, a little bit of butter to keep it from sticking, and you're good to go. You show her how to do it. So you're actually kind of reprimanding and coaching at the same time.
Right.
That's the best way to do it, is to kind of pull her to the side and re-coach her, and then watch her perfect it the next time. But again, it depends on the severity of what she's doing. The more you have to coach a woman and punish her, the more it signals that you picked the wrong woman for you. And that's my opinion. However, you're always going to have to coach a woman and manage her. Always. It's never going to change.
Of course.
But it should be minor things.
Right.
Maybe she forgot Like, for example, when a woman vacuums, I don't like just half-ass vacuuming.
Nope.
I want the trim vacuum.
That's right.
I want the trim cleaned on the top. Okay, like don't come in here and just put some vacuum lines. Like, I want it all clean. Okay, and so if she did that, I'll be like, hey, listen, I noticed you vacuumed, but you didn't do the trim. You didn't do it between the doors.
The baseboards.
Make sure that you incorporate that in your vacuuming routine, okay? And if she's like, yes, sir, no problem. I forgot. Then she's good. And the next time you'll see that happening. So remember, if you pick the right woman, again, the woman that you're doper than her.
That's right.
Okay, you're better than her in every category, and she knows that, and that's why she's in constant admiration, as the previous caller said. The only way for her to be in constant admiration is that you are better than her in every single category. This is just the way it's got to be, and obviously that's a lot of work to get you up to that status. But you put the work in, you'll get there. So, in summary, if you've got to say the same thing over and over, having shouting matches, you, my friend, picked the wrong woman.
That's right.
If you pick the right woman, the woman who is in constant admiration of you, is in awe of you every time she sees you, then it'll be a little smack on the ass like, hey, come here, baby, let me show you something. You know we had angel hair in there, right? Oh, I was just thinking about what I had to do for you next, and I just grabbed the first thing. I'm so sorry, sir. I can remake it. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and remake that and get it the way I want it, and life will be good, okay?
Very
cool.
good.
And you're gonna suck my dick afterwards too.
There it is. Now, I want to make this clear. I'm gonna come straight to you. What EO is talking about are minor things. When we talk about training your woman, when we talk about reprimanding your woman, we're talking about preferential things. Just like you said, angel hair pasta versus regular pasta, right? Just minor things in terms of preferences. I like you to look like this. I like you to wear that. I like my steak cooked like this, etc., etc. We ain't talking about the major shit like hoe tendencies. Well, Donovan, what do I do? What do I do if my girl flirts with another guy in front of me? You fucking dump her ass. There's no, you can't, dude, there's no, listen, once a girl has hoe tendencies, there's no training that, you can't train hoe tendencies out of a girl. What you can do is you respond, there you go, right. You respond, you restrict the things that allows her to engage in hoe tendencies. For example, I made it very, very clear to Devin, listen, I don't commit to girls who go to bars or clubs. That's just what it is. Well, are you telling me it can't go to bars or clubs? No, you can do whatever you want. You're a grown woman. But if you go to bars or clubs, then you become a woman that I don't commit to. Not going to tell you what to do, but I will let you know that there are consequences to your actions. So if you're correcting minor things that she's genuinely having trouble with, no problem. But if you come at me with Donovan, how do I train texting her ex out of my woman, bruh? You've already lost. Jap, what you got, man?
So basically how to discipline a woman, right?
Yes, sir. There it is.
ASAP.
Yes, sir. There it is.
You want to do it as soon as possible. You don't want to let things linger, because a lot of times women think that they can fuck their way into situations and fuck their way out of it.
Woo! Wow.
And that's what's happening with a lot of you guys. You let a lot of shit bubble. And she's like, well, you wasn't complaining all those other times, and we fucked right after I did that shit last time, and everything was cool. No.
That's right.
When you are not happy with something, express it. That's the problem, because women have no problem expressing what they're not happy with. I don't like when you grow your beard. I don't like when you cut your beard off. I don't like this. I don't like
love it.
You know, they'll tell you what they're like. I don't like that cologne. I don't like when you wear those pants. I don't like that. You know, like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell you exactly what the fuck I don't like. They're very confident in telling men what they don't like.
Yes, they are.
Or what not to do or whatever like that. Okay, fine. So you have got to be the same way, and you don't want to let shit linger on. If it's severe shit, like, you know, like, okay, certain shit you're not getting away from, like, yeah, you fucked another dude. There's no discipline.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
You're gone. You know,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Your shit's at the door. Bye. You know what I'm saying? But you know, raising voices and shit, like, shit got to get checked.
Oh,
you know,
man.
Yeah, shit got to get checked. With me dealing with more of the modern women, you know, that are, you know, especially if you deal with black women, but
yes, sir,
white women who hang around black women.
Oh, good God.
You know, you gotta undo this damage that this culture has done to a lot of these women.
You know it.
You've been getting away with it. And that's the fucked up thing about it is, these women are so bad because they've been conditioned and they've been getting away with it because they've been dealing with so many simps. And the simps are the guys that they actually don't like. And they are a stepping stone to get them to you. And if you start acting
I like that.
those guys, you know what I'm saying? Then she's like, damn, I thought you were gonna kick my ass. Like, some of these girls want the aggression. They want to be checked.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? They want to challenge you. Some of these girls will do shit just to see if you will challenge you.
You know what that's called? That's called that's called a shit test. Girls will girls, just like Steve the Dean says, girls will, and guys, they have to do this. There are a lot of guys, well, if she shit tests you, then she's got to go. No, she's shit testing you because she's trying to make sure that you're she wants to make sure that you're the genuine fucking article. That's what that comes down to.
I want to say one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead. You got it.
Fellas, when a woman messes up, stop taking pussy as a payment.
Real talk.
Stop letting these bitches pay you in pussy, man. Stop thinking with your dick, man. Stop letting women pay you in pussy. She pays you in cooperation, duty. She pays you in duty. You know what I'm saying? She gets a task, and if she want to buy you something, break her ass, and shake her ass. But
real talk, you do that, and listen. A woman has given her pussy to a lot more men than she's given her mouth and her anus to. Just keep that in mind. Just putting that out there. Miles, your thoughts on punishment, on how to discipline your woman?
I'm gonna stick with my prestige argument, and
okay.
It has everything to do with you setting the standard and leading by example, and showing her where she is, right? So for example, what I mean is, like, once you train the dog to piss outside.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Ultimately, the dog will never piss inside again.
That's
because
right.
the dog realizes the difference between inside and outside. You understand? And that has, a lot of people, I don't know if any of you have ever heard this statement, but they say that a lot of people think that they are training their dog when it's their dog that's actually training them.
Woo! Come on. Yes, sir. I've heard that before.
What that really means is, a lot of men, when we think of punishing our woman, when it comes to, trying to train her and how to conduct herself in a relationship, we think that she has all the responsibility and the faculties of knowing how to behave.
Right.
When the truth is, it is up to us to have the standard set in place and being able to articulate that standard to her.
Yes.
In a positive way, because we're using positive reinforcements. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
Just like how EO said, he was like, it's not about reprimanding, it's about, positively and cheerfully telling her, hey, I'm gonna need you to do it this way as opposed to that way. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's about having that standard, that prestige, and believing in it. Just like I said, Harvard believes in their standard. No one has to tell a Target employee to wear a red shirt and khaki pants. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's our brand. That's our brand. We stand by it. Denzel Washington, in American Gangster, like.
Oh yes, very good movie. Very good movie.
Right. It's our reputation. It's our product. As gentlemen, we need to understand that our life, every breath we take, is a product of our own decision.
Yes, absolutely.
So in the same respect, we have to understand that the quality of our women is a product of our own making.
Woo! Come on with it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At the end of the day, as men, it's like, somebody on the panel already said, it's like, if you checking your woman too many fucking times, it's like, man, she wasn't meant to be on the Harvard campus.
No,
yeah. And Miles, that falls on the recruiter. That falls. So the guys know this. Yeah. That falls on the person who brought them in. Right. So before you start calling her all these names and shit, you brought her on the team. So you need to tighten up your qualifying processes.
Hey, coaches, listen, players have to perform, but guess what? It's the coach's job to get as much out of the players as possible.
Exactly.
Jap, what do you have?
Backing off of what Miles was saying about prestige.
Okay.
Fellas, you got to set your prices high.
Yes, sir.
Because people women only respect what they don't really think that they could get.
Right.
Okay, so for instance, like, look at the brand Balenciaga. Anybody with two eyes and common sense can see that is one of the most tackiest, ugliest fucking, you know, it's
wow.
It's like, I mean, the shoes look like Bobby's World shoes. You know what I'm saying? But they're so expensive, you bought into it.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
And they carry this shit, and and with them being expensive, it had like an exclusivity to it. It had a prestige to it. It had a reputation. Like, you know, when you see only certain people could get it because the price was high. When you set the price low, when you're the price of Reebok, you know what I'm saying? It's not appreciated.
That's right.
You know when people buy Balenciagas, you see them, they walk funny. They don't even want to bend them.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't believe they can actually get them shits. You know what I'm saying? So like, you got to be the same thing with these bras. You gotta have your brand be expensive and it has a lot of requirements. You know what I mean? And then with that comes a lot of prestige because women don't treat Louis bags like they treat Coach bags.
No, they do not.
You know,
they do not.
You know what? The one thing I'll add to that brilliant statement is also, though, but you still got to provide a good balance because if you make every goal out of reach, eventually she'll abandon the program.
There you go. Yep.
And so you got to make sure that you give her some easy tasks too, so she can feel like she's winning.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then you give her the more challenging task, and then you're gonna that'll require more of your supervision. Yeah. But eventually she will get it because if she can never win, that's when she goes and hangs out with a simp, bro.
Yep.
But you'll lose your chick to a simp because she'll get all her wins with him.
Yeah.
And eventually, you know, sometimes a simp will take your girl.
Look, what EO just said.
So.
Listen, what you just said. I remember you said this maybe 3 or 4 seasons ago. Not necessarily dialing back your player power level, but you have to make yourself at least attainable in the woman's eyes, right?
Yes.
You have to allow her. You have to allow her the ability to impress you with some little things before you turn up the heat. Because if she doesn't, because if nothing she does ever impresses you, she's gonna be like, God damn, like what do I have to do to impress this guy? She's gonna end up with a simp who's impressed by the fact that she just showed up that day.
Yeah, it's the same reason why coaches will celebrate, you know, a player just performing a tackle.
Yes.
It's like all he did was tackle the motherfucker.
Yes, that's right.
But when he runs back to the sidelines, they're like, yeah. Because they're reinforcing that behavior. But all he did was tackle somebody.
Very good. Very good. All right, let's go back around the panel here. Your final thoughts and tell the people where they can find you. EO, lead us off, man.
Yeah, man. There was one little segment I just wanted to tell guys this. When you have game and self-awareness and awareness to what's going on with the world at large, you gotta blend in but simultaneously stand out. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
you gotta know who you are, because if you let it be known to sleepwalkers that, you know, you're woke, so to speak, they're gonna outcast you. Okay, so you gotta learn, you gotta know the game, you gotta know the conditioning that's happening, the conformity. You have to see it, but you can't belittle it or combat it too hard. Because even if you had the opportunity to maybe help somebody who was on the fence, if you're too pushy with the woke stuff, the red pill stuff, all that stuff that most of these guys subscribe to, you're gonna actually push them further into the conditioning. And so what I would tell you is be one of those cool dudes that you know the game, but they almost don't know you know the game.
Whoa, wow.
It's almost like rich people, like wealthy people.
Yeah.
You know, you could be newly rich when now you're showing your shit, or you can have old money. You could have old money where, you know, you're wearing, I'm not saying I would never wear no Wranglers, but you know, you could have on something simple.
Sure.
And you're not trying to stand out too much. So be one of those guys that's got money, but you'll never know it. Be one of those guys too that's got the game, but you'll never know it.
I like it, man. Tell the people they can find you, man.
Yes, I'm Coach EO, man. Just come to my channel. I do a lot of different shows. I cater to a lot of different age groups. I got Killing the Simp, which is very popular.
Yes.
Shout out to my guy Omni Design Studio coming through. He's part of
Yes, sir.
That's my guy. Came through with the hundo.
Yes, sir.
And I have a book called Cut the Bullshit. It's available on Amazon. My second book will be out in January. I also have my fragrance brand now, which is some killer scents. Be out here smelling like a champion. So EverettOvertonCollection.com is where you can take a look and learn about those. Thank you, Donovan and staff. Thank
Absolutely. Jap, final thoughts and tell the people where they can find you.
Oh man, fellas, man. A lot of game was given, a lot of different methods. Everybody got everybody has their own way of getting to the same goal. You know what I mean? So you got to find what works for you. You know what I mean? Because like if this was working out, right? You got certain guys that want to do calisthenics. You got some guys that would do weights. You got some guys that want to do all cardio.
Yeah.
And they had and figure out what your goal is. Some people's goals are just to lose weight. Some people's goals are to bulk up. Some people's goals are to define and tone.
Okay.
So you got to decide how you want to approach the whole situation to begin with, and then take what methods work for you. Now, the biggest problem that I'm seeing with a lot of guys is you guys are talking to your opponents in a sense.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Giving these chicks the playbook.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Now you're coming off weird. And now it's like, hold on, man. You know, don't tell these chicks you know me. Don't
watch this with your girl, bruh.
Don't do that. This is a secret society. All we got is
I love it.
You know, so man, just keep it cool, keep it smooth. I'm Minister Jap. Follow me, Minister Jap Network. Go to Truth Social, the new social media platform by Donald Trump. I'm on there. We go crazy. Truth Social. Go to Minister Jap on Truth Social. On Twitter at the Minister Jap. Facebook, I got 2 Facebooks, Minister Jap Church and Minister Jap Page, and go to my Facebook group, Church Check-In.
Yes, sir.
Go to Instagram. I got 2 Instagrams, Minister Jap Church and Minister Jap Network. Follow me there, ministerjap.com for all merchandise, hats, shirts.
Say no to single moms.
Etc. And follow me on Patreon. My Patreon is only $5. $5 holla, exclusive. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos and shows. I've been doing this for about like a decade now.
Wow.
So I appreciate Don having me on. Appreciate
Absolutely.
EO. Appreciate Miles, man. It's been real, man. We do this.
Love, bro.
Hey, and look, subscribe to. Look, you have to. Oh, my bad. You have to subscribe to all of Jap's shit because he's shadow banned on phones. So y'all got to hook your boy up.
I can't even call.
Man, you can't even call nobody. Right. He's got to switch his phone number like every 2 months so people know who he is. Miles, your final thoughts and where can tell the people where they can find you.
My final thoughts on the topic, as far as training women, is there's something very important about consistency.
Yes.
Right. Whether she knows it or not, and whether you know it or not, as a man, a woman is always following your lead. So if you want a woman to maintain her behavior, you also have to maintain yours. So you have to be consistent, right? A lot of guys like to believe in motivation, and I think that can be detrimental. It could be a big mistake because motivation is fueled by emotion.
Okay.
And emotions change, but consistency requires you to make a choice, make a decision, and to fulfill that requirement at all times. You understand? Yeah. So it's, it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter if your energy is low today. If you are being consistent about going to the gym and working out, then you're gonna be at the gym every day.
That's right.
Because that was a decision you made. It has nothing to do with how you feel. Is a decision. So as men, in order to maintain a quality lifestyle, in order to maintain, a quality character, it takes consistency. It takes choices that you make, a contract that you make to yourself, and you fulfill these requirements every single day. Like how EO was talking about, he wakes up at 4:30 in the morning and he does this thing. Like me, I have a morning routine. I get up, I make my bed, I do push-ups. I do a YouTube live where I talk to my audience every Monday through Friday, like clockwork. You understand what I'm saying? And these things allow me to be a high performing, high productive man. And so when a woman is lucky enough to even come across me, I'm already high performing and living a high quality life. Yeah. So therefore, as she walks into the door, she already knows what time it is. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And so the training is easier from that point on because the doctrine has been set in place. The prestige has already been laid out. Right. The student guidebook has already been written and published. You see what I'm saying? Wow. So it's all about consistency, guys. You have to. And then with that being said, how you develop consistency is understanding your identity. So where you can find me is the masculineidentitymembership.com. Go to masculineidentitymembership.com. And it's a monthly subscription where I do brand new programs every month. Okay. And for example, this new program that I just put on is called 5 regular human traits that are blocking you from developing your masculine identity.
Oh, wow.
And so what I talk about is 5 things that we all do, men, women, all of us as humans, we all do it. Okay. But there is a feminine side and there's the logical masculine side. And what I do is I take those 5 traits, I break them down, and I show you how to readdress yourself with those traits from a masculine standpoint so you can build your masculine identity. So join me at masculineidentitymembership.com. Go over there and subscribe, and we can start your journey from there. I am Miles Cunningham. I really appreciate this opportunity, Donovan, and respect to Jap, respect to Coach EO, and can I say this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like as far as the market, EO is the first one I'm seeing with a fragrance line. Can we?
Yes, to that, man.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Because things like that is not easy.
Hell
took a long time. Took a long, and it was very expensive too.
God damn, man.
So I just want to take my hat off to that. Give him a cigar for that. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
It is, man. Let's, like I get again. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for everybody.
Suits are next, man. Suits are coming next. 2023, baby. Watch out.
Oh shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, keep it moving, man. Keep it moving. Let's go.
Yes.
Shout out to King Life with the $5. Well, actually, he had a chat. He said someone send Donovan Sharp's book to DJ Academics. Maybe. King Life with the $5 super chat says men have to train their women because in everything in the world worth doing and having comes with discipline. Very, very well said. Let's see. Carl Joachim. I think that's Joachim Joachim. $20 super chat says, loving the game. All of you are spitting, paying tuition for this knowledge from this all-star line. Appreciate that. And then, of course, Omni Design Studio with the $100 super chat says, shout out to the champions out there. Salute Coach EO. My name is Donovan Sharp. That is going to do it for this, the second edition of the 8th season of The Six. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.